This kind of support and turnout for the Jewish community, so thank you all for being here. I've always been proud of my Judaism and my Jewish heritage. I was bar mitzvahed in Massachusetts, and I actually used to belong to Temple Isaiah growing up, and now I'm a member of Congregation B'nai Tikva in Walnut Creek. I'd never been subject to direct anti-Semitism prior to my election to public office. While being Jewish is important to me, I never even mentioned it during either my initial campaign in 2016 or my re-election in 2020. It was surprising to see the country's rise of anti-Semitism and hate incidents during my first 6 years on City Council. But it remained far from Walnut Creek, at least far enough. However, I always spoke out against hate in general and stood up for targeted groups. So it was shocking indeed to see anti-Semitic flyers distributed on the border of Walnut Creek and Concord in late '22, and then a white nationalist banner strung across busy, always busy, Ignacio Valley Road in Walnut Creek. This was covered by the media, and I spoke out against it publicly. Then suddenly, in June of this year, just a couple of months ago, I became the target of direct anti-Semitism against me personally and the Jewish community in general during public communication in Walnut Creek City Council meeting. It was an organized attack, and with 4 people in sequence, remote callers using Zoom to hide their identities, cameras off, who targeted our City Council meeting to spread their message of anti-Semitism and hate. This has continued in several meetings since, necessitating the city reevaluating the ability for people to remotely call into a meeting to make comments. Freedom of speech doesn't mean freedom of reach, and we don't need to help these haters spread their evil messages. Unfortunately, the anti-Semitic attacks didn't stop with the remote call-ins. A group put a white nationalist banner with my name and a Star of David on it over the Highway 24 bridge in Lafayette. I've received some of the worst hate emails I've ever seen, and my name has been put on fringe social media sites which feed off hate groups. The support of the community, the public support of my fellow council members, 2 of whom are here today, and I thank you for that, and the support of my fellow elected colleagues from throughout the region has been helpful. The support of the JCRC, J Magazine, the Anti-Defamation League has been extremely helpful, especially in identifying who these hate people are. I've continued to speak out aggressively against anti-Semitism and hate speech because hate lives and expands in a vacuum. Silence equals complicity. And the objective of these hate groups is to intimidate and to make us numb and normalize us to this kind of speech. I appreciate the media continuing to call out anti-Semitism as heinous and to not have it be normal. I remain committed to speaking out against any and all hate speech and incidents against any and all groups. We have to as a community. We have to as leaders and elected officials. We need to ostracize and call out the haters, exposing them out from the shadows. Social media and advanced communication technology may provide new ways of haters to amplify their hateful speech, but we can use those same methods, along with the media, to rebuke them and take a united stance against hate. Whether it's anti-Semitism or hate speech of any kind, targeting any group, we need to speak out. Here I am. I will continue to speak out for you. Will you continue to speak out for us? Thank you.